I'm going to go Man United first. Yeah.
God.
They're gonna barely win the league by the skin of their teeth. Yeah. And it's gonna be on joint points with Arsenal, but it's gonna come down to fair play, innit? Man United. Man United got less offsides, bruv. You get me? They're gonna win it like that, bruv. They got
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yes, people, another edition of Knightz of the Roundtable Discussions where we discuss all sport all the time. Got my guys, Tooth and ST in the building. How you doing, people?
All good, man. All good.
Bruv, I'm all good now, bruv.
A man like Tooth was frozen, bruv.
So basically, he's probably saying a therapy session. Let's just play
bro. People, we had a little bit of a therapy session before that. You know how it is. No, we can't really air that on right now. But like, we just had to have a debrief, like quick things. Obviously, you got to check on the mental health and all that, and obviously discuss a couple of things, sort of a lot of things out in life, because life happens. Even though we're doing a poddy, life happens. Tooth should be back very shortly. He's not frozen. I know you lot can't see it, but he froze right now. That's why he's gone off. But people, listen, we are back. And listen, obviously the last poddy we did was Fight Talk. We didn't actually get a chance to do a review of that. We're not going to get into that right now, but obviously, you know, it was 50. It was supposed to be 50-50 in the fight. It ended up being one-sided. It was absolutely
I think we all predicted Crawford to win, but I didn't think it'd be like that.
Nah, so not like that. Not like that. Even the truth, truth thing came from hatred, bro. It wasn't box and logic, bro. It was just,
he doesn't like Jamaicans, that's why he said it.
Oh, listen, that's because everyone loves us, bro. Apart from the Trinis, bro. That's what it is. That's what it is. But people, listen, you know what time it is. You can see what's in the background, so you know, Footie Chat is back, which means one thing: the Premier League is back. Football is coming back. So you know what time it is. We're going to be previewing the Premier League, what's been happening in the off-season, what's been happening so far in the transfer window. There will be a transfer window show once the transfer window is closed at the end of the month. But we're going to be looking ahead to see who the contenders are for the Premier League, who the contenders are to be getting relegated, who the contenders are for those European spots. But listen, before we start, as usual, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up, and say all the time, share. We are here, as I keep telling you, we're the only channel on YouTube that gives you so much content, so many different sports, so much variety. It's the variety that keeps you here. No one else ain't doing what we do, and the man them with the knowledge, and it's all good. But and don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. Two's back, people. He's back now. Look. It only feels like yesterday the Premier League season was over. Obviously, City doing the three-peat, City winning the treble, obviously getting the Champions League. It really does only feel like yesterday we just wrapped up the Premier League. City were reigning supreme. We were saying Arteta for life with Arsenal bottling the league. We were saying United are back with Ten Heisenberg. Newcastle back in the Champions League after being in the wilderness, and the answer, Chelsea being the shittest team in London because of where they finished and how bad they were and how much they deserved to be in 12th position because they're absolute garbage and nothing, and it could have happened to a better side. Mm-hmm. And now we're back to the Premier League again, where it's going to be nothing but frantic. It's going to be banter. And we're looking forward to it, some more than others. Tooth, I'm going to come to you first. Obviously, our Newcastle fan, but obviously we all know that he follows Manchester City and Pep very much. Obviously, as we said, City coming off the three-peat in the Premier League, obviously during the treble, winning the Champions League. I think the question is, Tooth, because at the end, when we wrapped up the Premier League, I don't know, you could have been trolling, you might have been serious. You said that you expected there to be a drop-off with City this season because of the treble, because of the 3P. But they've got to go again. Do you still stand by that? Or do you see Manchester City going again and possibly winning the Premier League 4 times, but more importantly, doing the quadruple and winning every trophy, well, the quintuple, because they're in the FIFA World Club Cup as well? Could you see them doing that? Or do you think that City's time is up for this season and they're not going to be able to hit the heights because of all the effort that went into the season last season?
Bro, I thought we were doing the Terence Crawford and the fucking...
Well, we talked about that when you went off. We quickly summarized it like a minute.
No, I'm playing, bro. I'm playing. That's a good question, bro. You know what, yeah? I did think there would be a drop-off, and I still think there will be a drop-off. But I tell you what, though, yeah? If City get Paquetá, which is what they're talking about now, bruv, him and Kovacic, bro, under Pep, that might be lethal. That might be lethal bizzle, bruv. You get me? Pow. Like, they might go and do it again. So that team is looking dense, bruv. However, man, Arsenal did, you know, do some North London judge. Do you get me? And get the charity shield. And who knows, bruv? That might be the trampoline they need to have another 295 days at the top and lose it again. So we'll see, bruv. We'll see. But you know what, though? You two are looking mighty confident with those backgrounds. Tell me what you
listen. We're not you. Listen. We're not there. We're talking about City. We're not there, right? We're talking about City and your boy Pep now. And you did bring up the squad, because when you look at City's squad, ST, obviously they brought in Kovacic, Gavado's coming as well, which is a great signing, bruv. Defensively, they're just going to be a juggernaut, honestly. Obviously, as Tu said, there's talks of Paqueta coming in. They've also been looking at Doku and Olise from Crystal Palace. Olise is mustard, bruv. He's mustard. So when you look at it, obviously, we know they lost Gundogan, we know they lost Mahrez, and obviously Gundogan is a massive miss for them. Well, you can see that, which is why the Paqueta links are being bought in. But if they were to get all those signings in ST, doesn't that just put them at the top again? If they can just bring in Paqueta, they were to bring in the Paqueta to replace Gundogan. Obviously, I know they brought Kovacic in as another body as well. They brought Elise in to replace Mahrez. Like, doesn't that put City back at the top? They're the team to beat. They're the one that everyone's aiming at.
I would say in the Premier League, yeah, because I think that's enough, especially those are all Premier League proven players and a very good Premier League player proven. So in terms of the league, the FA Cup. However, in Europe, I think that Gundogan is going to be a big miss. I'm going to be very honest, because the way he was that like vocal point between Rodri and De Bruyne when he was playing. So you'd have like Rodri at at the below the diamond. Then you'd have like let's say De Bruyne almost has about like a free roll-ish, like off the right, like a Beckham-ish kind of like. And then you have like Gundogan, which was covering, and he had Stones stepping in. Gundogan was a very important part of that clog. Pep didn't want him to go, and that says a lot of things. Pep usually says he doesn't care how good you are. You can go. Even Gundogan, but he was saying like, listen, I don't want this guy to go, for the simple reason. So I think in the Premier League they'll be fine. In Europe, I see a couple of teams like giving City problems, and losing Mahrez as well. People think because Mahrez didn't play as much, he was still a very important player.
Yeah, of course. Listen, Mahrez, don't forget,
quality.
Mahrez was scored. I think he scored a hat trick in the FA Cup semi-final.
Yes.
I know it was against Sheffield United, but
Scored
Mahrez was important. Remember the
Champions League?
The game against Tottenham at home when they were 2-0 down. Mahrez was massive in that game.
Mahrez has been as well.
Yeah, Mahrez has been very important for them. But I get them moving on. Like Mahrez, I think out of all the signings that they're talking about, Mahrez is probably the one. It's like, all right, fair enough. Tooth, you want to say something?
Yeah, bruv. Just ST got me thinking about Grealish and Foden as well, because these boys still got a lot to give. You know,
Oh, what do you mean to give? Captain Jack proved his worth last season.
No, but he's still got to do it again, bro. I hear you.
No, it's not. No, I'm not. I'm saying, like, bro, they've not hit their ceiling, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
yeah. They got more. They got more.
yeah,
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
Foden, I think it's a big season for Foden because
Yeah,
obviously
I do.
Foden was in and out the team last season. So now with Mahrez gone, I think Bernardo Silva is staying because Pep doesn't want him to go at all. Listen, if they lose Bernardo Silva, they're in real trouble. I'll tell you that from now. But I think it's a big season for Foden because he was in and out the side. He couldn't hold down the position. I think obviously Jack Grealish cementing his place on the left. Obviously on the right, it was 1 minute you had Bernardo Silva, the next minute had Mahrez, Foden. I think Foden's best spot is where KDB is. And what people need to understand and realize as well, KDB is not going to play as many games as he did last season.
No.
KDB is really struggling with injuries.
Mhm.
So Foden's going to have to pick up the mantle and he's going to have to step up because KDB is not going to be able to do that. And I think if Foden does, he'll show. Foden, talented, bro. He's a baller. He's a baller all day long. But there's a couple players in there that are going to have to step up, especially in the attacking areas. Because the old guard, the Mahrez's, the Gundogan's, they're gone. Obviously, KDB is not going to play as many games this season. So I mean, a lot of these players have to step up. Go on, Tooth.
No, I agree, bruv. There's a lot to, there's a lot there to still go on and win several trophies with that team. There's a lot there, bro. And some of the boys that you pointed out, Gvardiol, we know what he's about.
I mean, I know you. I think you the point in the group, the whole Messi thing, innit? But nah, but Messi could do that to anybody.
Unsee it, bro.
But Messi could do that to anybody, bro. Remember what he did to Jerome Boateng?
No, bro. Trust me, it's not that. But it's like when once you've been made a meme out of, it's just that's it, bro. He's he's in Messi's pocket memes are gonna be like as soon as he makes a mistake. But no, on like real talk. City have enough to go on and win the league, man. Gvardiol's coming in. Kovacic looks like a pet player. He was good at Chelsea, bro. But it just
Kovacic is a good player. He's played at good clubs, isn't it? So
didn't get to the heights that it was expected of him at Real Madrid. But he's a good player.
There was a lot that was expected of him, especially when he was at Inter. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There was a time. He was meant to be one of the next top players in the world. He didn't hit those heights, but he's just shy of it, like going into that bracket. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. He's almost like a perfect fit for a coach like Pep.
Yeah.
And if they get Paquetá, bro, he would. I'm immediately thinking KDB replacement right there.
Yes, him and Foden,
KDB replacement right there. Obviously, Foden and Captain Jack, very young and talented as fuck, both of them, and still got several more years ahead of them, and still got a long way to go in their career. So I'm only expecting more good things to come off them. Haaland is Haaland. We know what he's about. So it's like, bro, do you know what I mean? They might actually go ahead and fucking do the whole thing again, bro.
And we got Julian Alvarez as well.
Like, do you know what I mean? And the thing for me is that I think the big, like, I know they did the treble, but one of the big things, and Pep's addressed this, bruv, is that they were leaking goals, especially at the beginning and middle of the season. They were leaking goals, and now man just gonna remember they've offered. I think Kyle Walker's close to signing a new deal after he was gonna go. So you got Kyle Walker there, you got John Stones, you've got Ruben Diaz. You've got Akanji, you've got Ake, and now you're adding Guardiola to it. And I think he'll leave, but then you've got Laporte there as well, but I think he'll leave. But if he stays, bro, who's scoring goals against City?
Nobody.
Who's scoring goals against City? Because you think about it, you got Kyle Walker, you got Kyle Walker, Ruben Diaz, Guardiola, Ake, and then Stones doing the centre midfield thing as well, and Rodri. Like, who's scoring goals against these guys? It's long. So as much as they lost in attack, if they go like, and it's not like the one thing it is, and I think why people are like concerned about City is because City normally get their business done early. And it's like they haven't really replaced Mahrez and Gundogan yet, but they get these players in, bro. What's the point? We might as well just sim to the end of the season. See, what's it? Who's the captain now? Who's the captain of City now? Is it Ruben Diaz?
I think
it was a Kyle Walker.
It's Kyle Walker, I think.
Kyle Walker, yeah. Just the fast forward to him holding the no, it's KDB. Just fast forward to KDB holding the Premier League title at the end of the season if they get all those players in, bro. It's long. But ST, if City do have a drop off and they don't do what they're supposed to do, who do you see as their closest challenges into this new season?
I think it's between. I say this begrudgingly. I'm not saying we're going to be there. Man United and Arsenal. Arsenal.
No. What did you say? What was the first thing you said?
I said Man United.
Why?
I'll probably regret this later on.
Why?
I'll probably regret this later.
Why?
Hey.
No.
Chest day.
No.
Chest
Why?
day today for ST, bro.
Why? What? No. Actually, we're not going to do this now. We're going to carry on. We're going to do this now. Yeah. So Man United, Arsenal, and
Chelsea.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
People are, and you know what? Yeah, I know everybody's saying about Chelsea's midfield. I still think, you know what? The reason, give me my reasoning. The reasoning is because Chelsea will play one game a week. That's my thing, and I think that affects. I don't think that will affect us more. It will affect us more than it will affect Chelsea. I think Chelsea will be able to deal with that. But I think their midfield is still a problem.
Okay, so in terms of Arsenal, you brought up Arsenal. In terms of Arsenal, obviously, as Tooth alluded to earlier, they won the Charity Shield, albeit on a deflected goal and then penalties. But listen, they won it. And a lot of Arsenal fans see it as they've gotten over the hump because they had a mental block against City. I don't see how it does, but it does. In terms of the Charity Shield, but City have lost how many Charity Shields and then gone on to win the league. Like I think, trying to win the Charity Shield really doesn't mean anything nowadays because Liverpool beat them last season by how much, and then Liverpool finished fifth and City won the league. But Arsenal have bought in Declan Rice. They bought in Timber. Timber is their best signing by far. I'm still vexed that we didn't go again for him this season. And they bought in Kai Havertz. The talk is that David Raya. They're trying to get him on loan, and then they're going to buy him next season. Don't know if that's gonna come true or not, or they're going to buy him outright. That's a talk right now. So you can see that in terms of the spine of the team, Arsenal have decided to improve it. You put on top of that the experience, because that was the reasoning. I know Tooth will say it's the excuse, but I've got to remain neutral here. That's the reasoning behind why Arsenal fans said, along with the fact of investment, that they couldn't get over the line last season. So when you look at that, ST, and obviously because I'm going to ask you the question now, do you think because of all that and the experience, that is why Arsenal are now challengers for Manchester City this season?
You know what it is? Man
hesitated.
You know what it is, like, you're talking about challenges. I don't think anybody will get close to City, but if you're saying actually just making it interesting, Arsenal, because I'll be honest, and people will think I'm crazy for this. Letting Xhaka go might be a little bit of a problem as well, because I'll be honest, that guy is so arrogant and so up his arse as well, like that. He doesn't have the serious tech for it, but the mentality in terms of winning, this guy has it, if you understand what I mean.
Bro, like, the truth is going to crucify you when he sees this bit, bro.
I know. Listen, I don't rate him like that, but I'm just saying in terms of mentality. But if I'm being honest, I don't like... I personally think Man City will run away with it, if I'm being honest. But if I'm talking about process, I think that Arsenal, that experience will make them better. I hope if they want to be better, they need to use Trossard a lot more.
Yeah, I don't understand how that guy doesn't start.
Like, he is a good player. They need to, sometimes they overuse Saka. I'll also say this as well. Saka's had a lot of bad games. He's a very good player, but he's still very young. And Martinelli, you're quick to take off Martinelli, but Saka, he stays on. And yeah, that's about it. But Arsenal also need a striker, though. I will say that they need a striker.
And I agree with you. I think they are a centre forward away
Yeah, from
from
being a real
really,
problem.
really challenging Manchester City. But Tooth, when we get onto the subject of strikers, because ST said, I think Gabriel Jesus, the term that Arsenal lose is he had a precautionary surgery. Now, Tooth, being the Dr. Evil of dentistry, but obviously you're a doctor in itself. Is that not an oxymoron? What is a precautionary surgery? Like I've been rocking my brain trying to figure out what that means. Because how... No, Tooth, you need to explain it to me. You're the doctor. Explain to me what precautionary surgery means.
Well, I mean, I would assume that it would mean that they may have found something that might not be hindering him yet. So it might be best to go in there now, sort it out before it potentially does hinder him. That's only an assumption.
Right.
But I don't know what the case is. I don't know what he got injured
his
for.
Knee.
Huh?
It's his knee, but he had the knee injury last season. But
so it's not uncommon, bro. It's not uncommon for athletes to do like surgery before they get sort of hurt by the injury, if they've got an injury that needs surgery. Sometimes they might let it heal, but either or has its own risks and benefits. So if you let something heal by itself, okay, you don't have to go under the knife, which is one thing, but it might take a longer time to heal. And if it doesn't heal correctly, it might cause chronic problems, right? Or it might even spread elsewhere into the body. But if you go in there and operate on it or treat it, you might be able to resolve the problem quicker. But then they say, once you've been under the knife, your body will never work the same way again, if you get what I mean. So it might be short-term gain, but on the back end of the deal, you might actually have more problems and might need to be re-operated on and retreated on in the same area again and again. Yeah, it's difficult to say, bruv. Injury, like, bro, it's not my line of work. I'm just trying to give you the most, like,
that's
best guess. You get what I mean?
I just wanted to know what it meant, but
yeah. So in that case, I would suggest that look, he might have got injured, and they knew this injury is potentially something that might come back and cause problems again for him. So in the preseason, they may have just suggested, look, it's not hurting you now. You're in the preseason. Get it sorted out, and then you'll be back in time for the start of the season without sort of any problems. But we'll see. We'll see what it means. I was going to ask as well. What's up with Emil Smith-Rowe, bruv? Because I haven't heard that dude's name.
He's back. He's back. He had an injury hit season last season. People, sorry. Before we carry on, I just need to put this out there. Again, Arsenal fans were invited. They didn't turn up. So it's a free-for-all for us to say what we want. Put it out there. But yeah, Emil Smith, but obviously our knowledge is what we know. What we know is what we know, because we don't care about Arsenal like that. But anyway, he's back. It's going to be a big season for him, because obviously he's been out injured. There's a lot of people ahead of him. But he's a talented player. He's a talented player, but having Emil Smith...
Speaking of Arsenal, bruv, just going back to Jesus, bruv, this guy was never known to be a prolific goal scorer anyway. So these Arsenal fans salivating over him like he's fucking R9. It's not like what on, bruv. This guy, he's injured most of the time. His goal ratio is decent, but when you really create, bruv, he doesn't entertain you. He's not like He's just decent, bro. He's one of those, bro. I'll put him in the Firmino bracket. Like one of these favela kids that fucking got lucky kicking a ball into a fucking goal with bare feet, and then just got signed by the Premier League and now scores every 1 in like 7 games. Do you get what I mean? Like,
this is the problem they had last season, with the fact that he wasn't scoring goals. And obviously he's been out injured. Obviously they still got Eddie Murphy on the books. And obviously he's got his contract. But then Arsenal went out and bought Kai Havertz from Chelsea.
Also, another dead striker, bruv. Like, what are they doing, bruv?
But
Like,
listen, I've always said, and I stick by it, Kai Havertz is not built for the Premier League. I think that we might see an improved version of him under Mike L, but he's not enough for Arsenal to win the Premier League. So when I look at it, I think Arsenal will be there. I think they'll be in the title race. I think that obviously we want to see how they do in the Champions League. But for me, I don't think they're going to get enough goals to overtake City. Yeah. And for me, there's another team that I don't think they're going to overtake either. I think Arsenal will finish third because I think Liverpool are back.
Yeah,
and I think they are 2 signings away from mounting a serious challenge. Obviously, last season was, that's what people forget, and I don't want people need to stop forgetting this. Liverpool had the type of injuries, right? If Jurgen Klopp wasn't their manager, they would have been relegated last season. That is the amount of injuries they had to key players, right? But Klopp being Klopp managed to get them to finish 5th. Now he's got fit players, right? He's probably got the most potent attacking force in the Premier League, right? He's addressed the midfield situation, not all the way, but obviously that donkey Jordan Henderson's gone. The old man James Milner's gone. Obviously Fabinho's gone. I was quite surprised they let him go. But then
Oxlade's gone.
Oxlade-Chamberlain's been released, but bro, like he was injured all the time, so nobody cares. And then you look at it, they brought in Sabowski, who, Tooth, I know you wanted at Newcastle.
Oh, he's cold.
They brought in McAllister, who is a good player, but he's gonna have to have time to settle. Obviously, they're trying to get Lavia in from Southampton. I think that deal will happen. So when you put that, obviously they'll have those 3. I mean, Naby Keita's gone as well. So when you put those 3 there, obviously they've still got the Harvey Elliott, and Curtis Jones there as well. I think they're still going to try and bring in another midfielder. If they can sort that midfield out, the only issue Liverpool will have is that they concede a lot of goals with that back line. Van Dijk's not the same. Konate is erratic. Joel Matip is old. Joe Gomez is shit. Trent, listen. Well, Trent, look, Klopp's doing the John Stones thing with Trent in it, which will work against most teams. But then when they play the elite, Trent will be Trent. I know they're trying to do this whole thing. You saw Trent playing midfield for England, and then they got all excited because he was playing against a bunch of plumbers and stuff, against Estonia and Tajikistan and all them man there. And then He's gonna
succeed, bruv. He's gonna succeed in the Premier League because other than let's say the big teams, I think for the most part, it's safe to play him in that position because Klopp will surround with ballers. Klopp will just surrounded with ballers where the ballers will make him look good. But when they play against top teams, he will be exposed when he comes up against like those top players, bro. And he doesn't belong there.
That's what I will say the difference will be. The difference will be only the top teams, because we saw this guy getting cooked by like Dwight McNeil and all them man there. You know what I mean? Like getting absolutely anyone that was playing right wing, it was open season against Trent. Now, playing this role, I'm not saying that it won't be open season, but they're gonna have to find a way, because remember, it's Trent and Salah on that side. None of them want to defend. One is an attacker and doesn't want to defend. One can't defend. Like I said, he can't defend his gal. You want to take his gal, you can take her, bro. You're not defending. You can't defend nothing, bro. You can't defend nothing, bro. But I think that with the way how they keep the ball and the midfielders that they've got in that like keep the ball and keep pass and move, I think that it will be more of a plus than a minus. And I think Liverpool will run City the way. I think Liverpool will be the second this season. I think they're gonna run City till at least April. I know they've got Europa League, and I think that's why they might drop off, because the longer they go in the Europa League, is the less chance they have of winning the Premier League. But I think Liverpool will be there and thereabouts. Now, ST, you need to explain why you believe that Chelsea will be in the title race. Like, because I just think that is blasphemy to think that they will be in a title race. Now, I know you said they're playing one game a week. And I think I said on the poddy that we just, when we wrapped it up, I said for top 4, yeah, the one game a week works for them. Chelsea ain't going to be in no title race.
Okay, let me explain my thought.
And Cuckoo's out till January. Chelsea ain't in no title race,
Okay, fair, okay. Let me, like...
Bro, these guys finished 12th. They're the crappiest team in London, bro. We're not going from the crappiest team in London to challenging for the title. Behave.
Not a title race. You know what it is, yeah? I just think that Chelsea will be back to not to their top position. I mean, like, I think that Arsenal personally will finish second, if I'm being honest. And I think Man United
We're gonna do a top 6 prediction, but yeah.
But the reason why I say that, you know what it is? Before I would have said Nkunku was there. Yeah, because my thing is this, yeah. I think Chelsea's front line is all right. But now, apart from...
It's talented.
My first... If Nkunku was fit, I was like, yeah, it'd be a problem. My only deficiencies with Chelsea is their midfield. Because I think...
The Caicedo deal's going to happen. We know
it's the Caicedo deal is going to happen. That's what I'm saying. And the one game a week will help them. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Chelsea are all that, and plus Reece James, if he's back to fitness and stuff like that.
Yeah, obviously he's the best right back in England.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Chelsea will probably surprise a few people and do better than people expect them to do. You know what I mean?
Look,
I personally don't think, if I'm being honest, I'm saying title challenge loosely. I don't think anybody will truly challenge Man City, but I'm saying if there's anything closer, if I'm being honest, I think Arsenal will get them close-ish. Ish. Man United close-ish.
No, why are you saying
that? Bro, listen, yeah, you're forgetting he said the shittest team in Manchester might win the league. Do you know what I mean? So, but bro, listen, yeah, I don't see Chelsea doing much this season either, bro. I don't see Chelsea doing much this season.
People saying that. I do.
Because you know what?
I think they'll challenge for top 4.
Bro, I think they'll... Challenge is one thing.
No, top 4, not for the league.
Yeah, not for the league. Challenge, bro. I think they'll be challenging for Europe in some capacity. That I'm not even going to say top 4 because Liverpool, like you mentioned, bro, Liverpool are looking like they're going to be back next season. I don't think they need to sort out their midfield, bro. I think they need to sort out their defense. You know what I mean? More so than their midfield. I think Darwin has got a lot to prove, and he might turn up next season. You know what I mean?
That guy,
he might know.
The truth still owes us an apology for that guy, bro.
Proper. But Liverpool have a lot of potential, and I think they have more potential than Chelsea do, because Chelsea are still trying to figure this shit out from top to bottom. Their chairman's trying to figure this shit out. Their manager is known for like being the almost guy. Do you get what I mean? And the rest of the players haven't really shown anything or any potential since they've signed. So yeah,
Modric, bro.
Bro, I think they're going to be in. I think they're going to be in trouble again. Not the same trouble they were in this season. I don't think they'll be in the same trouble this season. But I think they're gonna. Reality is going to hit that. Their expectations are not going to be the same of the Chelsea as old. Going into every season.
I think Poch is in a situation where he's kind of got a free hit because the expectations of Chelsea are on the floor right now. So I don't think, brother, unless he does the same thing that happened last season where they finished in 12th, I think he'll get this season to try and figure things out because of obviously the money spent and obviously that there's not going to be any expectation, Chelsea. And we know Chelsea fans are spoiled, bruv. They expect the world and everything and blah, blah. That's why everyone hates them. That's why they deserve what they got last season, bruv. Just humble yourself, bruv. Like, you lot were only relevant in 2004. Like, behave. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like you've been established for ages. Like, you lot were bought for £1. Let's not forget that. Like, relax. Like, Chelsea, bro, I hate Chelsea, bro. Chelsea fans, they just expect everything. What are you expecting everything for? Like, no, bruv. Like, behave. This is the first time that they've had to go through something. And they're like, oh, my days, the world's over. Everyone else has been through it, bruv. Arsenal went through it with Wenger. City went through even worse than what Chelsea did. Obviously, Newcastle had their dark times. We had our dark times under Oli. Like, do you know what I mean? All of us. Liverpool had dark times. remember some of the players that they bought. Like, but Chelsea fans are too used to buying the league, bruv. They got no patience. Like, relax, man. Like, you got to work your way up first. Stop being the crappiest team in London. Then try and become the best team in West London. Then try and become the best team in London. Then you can like try and be with the baby steps in it. Baby steps. But listen, all right. So
Rash is not here to defend himself. That's funny.
Anyway. Tooth, Newcastle.
Yo, yeah.
The answer.
Bro, it's easy for us, bro. Just take it a game at a time. We're in new territory. It's like, bruv, it's like moving
Champions
to a new
League
school.
is back, bruv. I can't wait.
Yeah.
The first home game, I cannot
It's
wait.
gonna be live, innit? It's gonna be live, innit?
Just, but baby steps, bro. Baby steps. I'm not trying to gas myself too much for it and then be disappointed. I'm just gonna turn up on the day. You get what I mean? I'm just gonna turn up on the day, and I hope the players do. And that's the mentality we should be having for next season, bruv. It's like, look, take it easy, all right? We celebrated at the end of last season. So the honeymoon is over now. It's like we're a couple hours, a couple days away from kickoff to the new season. So none of that shit matters anymore, bruv. It's like I said, it's like moving to a new school, bruv. It's new territory for us. We got to figure out what we're doing and take it a game at a time, bruv. So realistically, bruv, I can see us trying our best to have a run in the Champions League. But I think with the new owners, it's more important to establish ourselves in the league, in the Premier League, to make sure that Champions League is consistently there every single fucking year and not just a one and done thing. To allow Chelsea, do you know what I mean? To allow the teams like Chelsea and Liverpool to regroup and worm their way back into the top four. Do you get what I mean? So that's the way I see it, bruv. I feel like we're gonna try to have a Champions League run, but we're really gonna be pushing to make sure that that top four is ours. Like we're playing again next season in Champions League.
Well, I think last season you had it was a free hit because obviously the expectations wasn't Champions League football. It was never Champions League football. It was getting to Europe, and I think you exceeded expectations. But now the pressure is going to be on you. All eyes are going to be on Newcastle. A lot more teams are going to sit back. A lot more teams. There's going to be higher expectation because you are in the Champions League. Obviously, Eddie Howe's going to be under pressure because they've got Champions League, so he's got to try and maintain that. So there's going to be a lot going on at Newcastle. Obviously, the signings that you brought in, Harvey Barnes, Livramento. I feel like there's someone else that I'm forgetting. Tonali as well. So I think that's a good signing. I know you weren't overly happy with Harvey Barnes, but I think he's a good player. Like,
he's starting to like win me over, bro. I can't lie. He's
a good player, man.
He is. No, he is. I guess I was just pissed off that we didn't buy a foreigner called Luciano fucking Brasiliano. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was just, trust me, I was just annoyed that we went and got fucking Freddie Flintoff. But real talk, bruv. No, he's a decent baller, bruv. And he's the kind of player that will thrive under a manager like Eddie Howe.
I was going to say, he'll suit your system.
Yeah, and speaking of him, the other one, Claire Balding, he looks like he might have his breakthrough season. Yeah, bro.
He's had a very good under-21 tournament.
Yeah. He smashed
obviously,
it, bro.
St. Maxi's gone now, so
gone.
The space is there.
Position's his.
The space is there.
Yeah, that position is his. Bro, there's only one reason why we got rid of St. Maxi. And it was literally for Gordon to come. We always knew this was going to happen the moment we signed Gordon, bro. Gordon is 21, 22, and St. Maxi is the Maverick, bro. So obviously, like, he's going to go, and this young lion is going to eventually take his place. But these players, it's starting to make sense now. It might have not made sense when we first signed them, but now it's like, oh shit, I can see why we went for them. Tino looks good. The Southampton,
Livramento,
yeah, and he looks like he's going to take over Trippier's spot. You know what I mean? Eventually,
yeah.
But
have you not bought in a left back?
No.
Me too.
I think Trippier might be playing left. I think one of them might be playing on the left back. But I think that Newcastle's defense, I've always been a fan of it. they're really solid defenders. Botman as well, really, really good defender. I like him.
Botman Shaw are going to really, when they play in the Champions League, they're going to get a lot. They're going to get tested, but I think they're going to get a lot better. I think they're going to get a lot better with that experience.
And your midfield as well, Guimaraes and Tonali.
Yeah.
That's
the real Bruno with Tonali.
The real
I want
Bruno.
to see that. I'm here for that.
That's going to be nice.
I'm here for that. I want to hear. I'm
It's
here for that. I want to see that.
bruv. It's exciting.
Nice.
It is. It's exciting times to be a Newcastle fan. ST Tottenham. Obviously, the whole sugarcane saga is going on, but are they even involved in this conversation? Especially even if sugarcane is there. I think if sugarcane is there, I think they're involved. I think if he's not there, boy, I don't know. But what do you think? What do you think?
Listen, Maddison is such a great signing. I just think he signed for the wrong club. I'm fuming that Manchester. I'm surprised nobody went in for him. That is the player that we need.
Yep.
But if him and Kane does stay in, the service that he'll give to Kane will get goals. Kane will score. Son will also benefit as well.
Yeah, Son would benefit massively. I think Maddison being there stops Kane trying to be DM, bruv.
Yeah.
Because they both did cold card, but ST can't see you. I think it stops Kane dropping in and trying to be DM, and I think he can play more further forward, which is sustainable. Tottenham could be there or thereabouts. We'll find out. Tooth, quickly. Bayern Munich, is it going to happen?
I think it will, man. I heard they're still talking with.
Yeah.
I think they're still talking. So Bayern are not the kind of team that will lose out on a transfer. Historically, when they want their target, they really go and they get them. 9 out of 10 times they get them. And Tottenham are really pushing it now. Like they're almost being suicidal with this. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you got to give him up, bro. Like, people, they're going to offer big money or you're going to lose him and he's going to go to United. Like, or Chelsea.
Chelsea, 100%. He'll go Chelsea.
Yeah, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if he plays to the end of the season with Spurs. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up at United for the following season.
I don't think so. I think he'll go Chelsea because Poch is there. That's what I think what's going to happen with Sugarcane is like it's a dangerous game because Levy is on the verge of not getting. I think Bayern will get him. I still can't believe that Harry Kane wants to go to Bayern Munich. I just in my heart of hearts, when I see it is when I believe it, because I think this guy wants to break that Premier League record. I don't think he wants to leave the country because of his family and whatnot. I know Bayern Munich will get there, but I just don't think that transfer is going to. If it does, then credit to Bayern Munich, credit to Harry Kane, because he'll go win the Bundesliga, challenge for the Champions League, get the trophies that he deserves to get because he's been brilliant in the Premier League. I just don't see how it happens purely because I don't think he wants to leave the Premier League. But we will wait to see what happens. But if it doesn't happen, remember in January he can sign a pre-contract with any clubs outside of Europe. So Bayern can go in again and try and get a free. PSG obviously were linked. If Mbappe's saga doesn't happen, maybe Real Madrid might come in as well. But I think if it gets to that point, I think Harry Kane says, forget everybody else. Summer comes, he goes to Chelsea, and then the Tottenham fans burn down Levy's house, because that is the worst thing that can happen, is that he just walks into Chelsea's arms knowing that Levy, you had the chance to sell him to Bayern Munich. But we're going to see what happens with the Tottenham saga quickly before we make our predictions for the league and whatnot. Anyone else, any outsiders challenging for the not the league, but the European sides? Villa, Brighton.
Villa and Brighton, those were the two ones that I was going to say. Because, Brighton always recruit very well. And Aston Villa, they bought some good signings. And Villa have bought some good signings and their manager is good.
Villa went and got Tielemans, Diaby. Like, it's mad, bro. They got
Pau Torres.
Pau Torres as well. Bro, they've got ballers. I think Villa will probably be the one that challenges the European places the most. Quickly, before the teams that got promoted, so obviously Burnley got promoted, Sheffield United, and who is the other one that I can't remember?
Luton.
Luton. Oh man, Luton. I still can't believe Luton in the Premier League,
Bro,
bro.
just man them are playing basically.
Bro, basically the man them are playing from the roadside, bro.
Yeah.
Imagine their stadiums on the block. So man
Yeah, I
them can
know.
just roll it. You know they got they postponed their home games
Yeah.
because they still have work to do. So they can't have any
They
home
can't
games because they got to meet
yeah.
Premier League standard. But the Premier League waived that they don't have to have under soil heating. I was just like, what backyard thing is this, bro?
The roads.
Bruv. But in the promoted sides, do we see any of them staying up?
Only Burnley.
Burnley, obviously.
Because I'll tell you, my boy, basically I played with this kid when he was at Westway. So you know Iliman Njai. He's a baller. I remember he cooked me. TJ. He cooked me. When I mean he cooked me, yeah. In Westway, I still remember. He won't remember it, but I remember it. He cooked me differently. It was a few years ago. I said, yeah, this kid is different. And now he's at Marseille. They let him go. He was he was their best player. But now he's in Marseille. I think now they'll go down because the team are very weak without him.
Mm.
I think Burnley might stay up for the simple fact is I think Kompany is a good manager. I think that they buy smartly, and I like the way Burnley play football. They can do what Brentford did, I think.
Mm.
I think Luton are going straight down, man.
Yeah.
They haven't bought anybody as well.
Yeah.
They have a very small budget. They're
going down, bro. Like they shouldn't be here in the first place. I'm being honest, bro.
Yeah, man.
Right, they shouldn't be here, bro. It's like it's like you see this backwards man them that failed all these GCSEs going into Oxford or Cambridge, bro. Like you don't belong here, innit? Like just relax, bro. Like just go back to Middlesex University where you belong, bro. Like it's as simple as that. Tooth, what do you think? All of them, any of them staying up? Burnley, Sheffield United, Luton.
Bro, my outsider prediction is our next topic, which is United to win the league. But my relegations, my relegations, definitely Sheffield, definitely Luton. And I'm talking about derby settings. Like these men are getting pammed. These men are getting pammed back down, bro. The moment they walked in, they're getting fucking slapped back out the league, bro. You know them way there, bro. But yeah, I agree. Kompany might just keep Burnley up. And given that, last season, what was it? 3 Premier League teams got relegated. All the promoted teams stayed up.
All the promoted teams stayed up.
We might see another Premier League team go down, bro, because they've been bare cack ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Bournemouth will go down, personally.
I think Wolves.
I think Wolves are in trouble.
Lopetegui's leaving.
Yeah, Lopetegui's left. That Gary O'Neill's the job.
Bro, Everton. You know what I mean?
Daichi will keep them up. Daichi will keep them up, man.
I hope. Do you know what? I like Daichi, but I still hope Everton get relegated. I would like to see a big team. I would like to see a big team go down, bro. It has to be.
100. So what are we saying? Tooth, what are you saying? Your relegation. Who's your 3?
Yeah, Sheffield, Luton, and Everton. Fuck it. I'm gonna say they're gonna flop it. Yeah.
ST?
Wolves, Sheffield United, and Luton.
I'm gonna go Luton, Sheffield United, and Bournemouth to go down.
Okay.
I think those 3 are going down. And that brings me to the top 6. We're gonna do a top 6. So starting from first to 6. ST, what are you saying for the top 6?
First, Manchester United. Sorry, Manchester City. Manchester City. Sorry. I don't know what was in my head. Take that out. Yeah, sorry. Manchester City first. This is getting clipped. I don't mean that. Manchester City first. I don't know where my head was. Arsenal second. Manchester United third. Liverpool fourth. Chelsea fifth. And Newcastle sixth.
Oh, so you're saying Spurs ain't gonna make top 6?
No,
fair enough.
No.
Tooth, what for you?
Yeah, it's similar. It's the same as ST's, but just rearranged, bro. I'm gonna go Man United first. Yeah.
God.
They're gonna barely win the league by the skin of their teeth. Yeah. And it's gonna be on joint points with Arsenal, but it's gonna come down to fair play, innit? Man United. Man United got less offsides, bruv. You get me? They're going to win it like that, bruv. They got less offsides over the course of the season, bruv. You know them way there.
What have I done?
Trust me. No, I'm going to go, bruv. I'm going to go City, United, Arsenal, Newcastle, because I'm biased like that, but realistically, it's probably going to be 6. But I'm going to go Newcastle 4th. Liverpool. No, sorry, I'm putting Liverpool 3rd, Arsenal 5th. Liverpool 3rd, Arsenal 5th, Newcastle 4th. 6th, I'm going to go Aston Villa.
Mad.
Ooh.
Mad. That's a mad one still. I think Liverpool are going to win the league. I think City will finish 2nd. Arsenal 3rd. United 4th. Chelsea 5th. Newcastle 6th. Yeah.
You think Liverpool win the league?
Yeah, I think if Liverpool started in midfield, I think City are gonna have one of them seasons where there's just gonna be a drop off, like to try and if they. But don't get me wrong, like that's me not saying with chess, but I think City could easily win the league, but I think they could easily not throw it away, but not compete as well, just because of all the effort that went into last season.
And like I said,
we don't know what signings they're gonna make.
Yeah, Gundogan is a big loss.
Listen, United got a strong chance of winning it, bruv. Come on, man. Like, look at Onana, bruv. Onana.
I wouldn't say a strong chance.
Onana's a leader, but like, bro, like our midfield is Casemiro, Mount, and Bruno. We ain't winning nothing.
Yeah, not with that midfield.
We ain't winning nothing with that midfield. We still haven't got a proven goal scorer. We still haven't got a proven goal scorer either. Like we've got nowhere near enough to be. Look, like the 3 that I said, it could finish. I think Arsenal will finish 3rd. But the top 2 could finish 1st or 2nd either way. I think the top 3 cemented between those 3 in my eyes. I think United was battling for 4th because we're so far behind the 3 that I've said before us. And I don't think we have anywhere near enough. Don't get me wrong, I trust my manager, but he hasn't been backed well enough. If we would have got Harry Kane in, I would actually agree with you too. We should be challenging. But without him, I'm just like, nah, we're not there. We're not there yet. But quickly, guys, before we wrap up, who are we predicting to be the player of the season? Real quick, who's going to be the player of the season this season? ST.
Oh, I don't even know.
Tooth, you got any idea?
Come back to me,
Mason Mount.
You're
a dickhead. You're a dickhead.
You're an idiot. You're actually an idiot. You're actually an idiot.
Oh, I love it, bro. No, I'm gonna go Haaland, bro. It has to be, bro.
I'm gonna go Haaland again as well. For me,
it has to be, bro. You think my man's slowing down? I don't think he's slowing down.
Nah, Haaland. I think Haaland will find it more challenging this season because teams have now felt him in the flesh and whatnot. Yeah. But he's still gonna bang goals. It just probably won't be as much as what he got last season. ST.
Haaland. Bro. And top scorer Haaland as well.
Fair play.
That's all 3 of us, bro. That's all 3 of us.
Haaland.
I can't see anybody. There doesn't anybody that stands out really.
Nah, no.
Other than Mason Mount, of course.
That guy is a criminal.
People, listen, we gotta wrap up there. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Let us know who you think is gonna win the league. Let us know who you think is gonna finish in the top 6. Let us know who you think is gonna be relegated. Let us know who you think is gonna be the surprise challenger in the Premier League, and let us know who you think the best player in the league is going to be. We want to hear from you. And as usual, before we go, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up. As I say all the time, share. We are here. And don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. I want to say thank you very much to my guys, ST and Tooth. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you, man.
Safe, bro.
People coming up, and I know you're wondering why, and I know you'll be saying, oh, what happened? You barely touched on United. That's because we've got a United talk coming up for you later on in the week. Also, next week, Athletics Talk will be back. ST and I will be back talking all the things going on before the World Championships in athletics. There'll be more fight talk coming up as well, because I think there's a couple of UFC cards that we need to talk about. Obviously, in boxing right now, it's gone a bit mellow after the Crawford Spence, but there'll probably be much better big fights. And there's no chance in hell we're talking about that nonsense that happened over the weekend. I'm not even mentioning it. It was absolute garbage. But yeah, people, we've got a lot more content coming up for you. But until then, make sure you stay safe, be safe, enjoy the start of the Premier League. Football season is back, and we shall see you very, very soon. Peace.
Peace.